Hallo, Samuel van de Calumet Wildernis. Vandaag is het Nederlands-Amerikaanse Elfgoeddag. So, vandaag wilera. I'm going to do the rest in English. Oh, I'm out here on gorgeous Thorn Creek. You can see behind me. I really like this tree right there. I wish I could get over there, but that's not going to happen because it's cold. It's supposed to be like the last warm day where it's not raining, and it's actually pretty chilly out here today. So yeah, it's Dutch American Heritage Day. I am a Dutch American. I'm of the Calumet Dutch, so I thought today, kind of take a look at that heritage, but how it relates to the natural ecosystems of the region, as well as the other human cultures that have settled here over millennia. So let's go, let's have a look around. Yeah, out here on gorgeous Thorn Creek today. This is north of the trail. It's also north of 8094, which you can no doubt hear in the background. And yeah, this is the site of the first Dutch person to settle in the community that would become known as South Holland. Although I think Widow Parlberg was actually a Noord-Hollander, not a Zuid-Hollander. Off to Wikipedia. Widow Parlberg was the first Dutch person to settle down this way. It's quite a tragic story, actually. In the late 1840s, she over from the old country. Her husband dies en route. And as the story goes, the captain offered to return her back to the old country, but she insisted that she would persist. So she ends up here with her children. And then in the 1920s, a writer named Edna Ferber took the story and heavily fictionalized it into a novel called So Big, which was about a decade later made into a film. So the main character of So Big really has no relation to the actual historical Anshe Parlberg. So let's have a look around this park a bit more. The house behind me was built by her son, I think in the 1870s. She passed away in the 1880s. You might be able to make a little bend in the river up there, and I got to be careful where I'm at because those are some very, very steep banks. There's my foot. So I'm gonna head north. I'm doing this journey by car today because it's very cold, and there's no trail connecting the here to there and all these points I want to visit today. Not yet. So I'm gonna jump in the warmth of the car. Almost as flat as the Netherlands. We're out here at Riverfront Park now, and yeah, that long flat vista in front definitely made me think of the Netherlands there. Okay, so to my right is the little Calumet River. You can't really see it. And then just up ahead is the confluence of Thorn Creek and the little Calumet, which I'm not actually sure if that's on park property or not, but I also don't care. So we'll see how far I can get. Here's our first view of the little Calumet. Those apartments in the background are kind of a cool touch. Just a slight rise in the land there. Oh, I just scared off 3 white-tailed deer. So yes, we are in the wilderness, the Wildernis. All right, the wild deer are out here. I almost just stepped on a golf ball too. Oh, that is gorgeous. Confluence of Thorn Creek to the left and the little Calumet to the right. This is actually one of my favorite times of year to go out hiking, because these floodplains, you know, you're not really damaging too much. These things get flooded. Oh, I am standing face to face to a buck. We'll get to this digression later. People in the neighborhood probably wondering why so many damn deer are running into the subdivision today. Some Dutch fools out here in the floodplain scaring them off. All right, as I was saying before Mr. Deer came over, I like this time of year because these floodplains become so much more accessible. You know, if you got the right footwear, of course. It gets a little mucky and can get wet in spots, but the thing is, I feel like I'm not really going to be doing any damage to any, you know, rare or brittle species out here. This land's going to be flooded come spring, if not sooner. You know, any trace of me is just going to be washed away. And it's just a great opportunity to get closer to our waterways. You know, they're not all that accessible. So, like I say, these are sacred spaces. One last look at beautiful Thorn Creek before we start our journey up the little Calumet. All right, busted out of that wood line back there. Next stop, I'm going to get on the other side of the interstate and go to Gowans Park. More access to the little Calumet River and a trail that goes by a very important Native American archaeological site.